Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it has finally launched. Game-changing app that can make you millions. Just kidding. Let's get into this though. Pulse 3D. Okay, guys, welcome back to the crypto wave. So, wanted to talk to a couple of things. Anybody who's been in the game a while, I've been in crypto for a very, very long time. Knew this was coming. This is not a shock. All new chains go through their cycles. ETH did it, Binance did it, Matic did it. All of these chains, as they come around, they all gotta have the 3D contract. For anybody who's new, who doesn't know what these are, in essence, the best way to sum it up, and I don't mean this in negative ways, it's in essence a Ponzi. It's a pyramid. More people come in, the better you get paid. People have to come in after you in order to get paid more. What these contracts do is every time you buy, so there'll be right now one P3D. So this in particular one is called Pulse3D.app. It's on the Pulse chain. One P3D is 9.65. Every buy that comes in raises this price. So everybody coming in is going to pay a higher price. Portion of those dividends go to anybody else who's already holding those P3D tokens. And so on and so forth. And in essence, as it goes up, so for instance, when you sell, there's usually a tax on buy and sell. I didn't happen to see this particular one, what the buy and sell tax is. You could probably go into the Discord over here and find out. In fact, let's see if it's, nope. We'll just delete that. In essence, usually they have some sort of a sell tax on it. So as you buy in, so if I were to buy in, my Pulse 9.65 Pulse gets me one P3D. That P3D comes down here. You get your P3D tokens. You get dividends down here in Pulse of everybody coming in after me. But everybody coming in after me is going to pay more than this coming in, unless there's a huge sell-off. So this is going to go up and down based on buys and sells. It's going to tell you how many are in the contract. This one at the moment looks like 66 million. This is how many Pulse 3D tokens are currently in there. You can either withdraw or reinvest. Now, most of these, I'm going to be honest with you, these are high risk, high reward. If you get in early enough, most people, you got to get in early, unless it's got a very strong following and get pushed pretty hard. But there's definitely ways of making money. Back on Ethereum days, Matic days, Arbitrum, Binance, all of them had some sort of a P3D app on it. I'm not gonna lie, some of them I lost money on, some of them you make money on. They're very, very risky. Most people, and this is the way I usually do it, I keep an eye on this contract, and in essence what you're looking for is you buy as early as you can. This is about 4 or 5 days old, if I'm not, well, maybe 6 days old. You buy in as early as you can. You watch this contract. Now you can technically keep reinvesting your div, so as you get P3D tokens, you can reinvest it, which in essence, you're going to earn dividends. You click reinvest, it gives you more P3D, thus compounding your position and getting you more dividends for anybody coming after you. Now, most people compound. What I like to do is you compound like crazy while this contract continues to go up. And this is just, I do it. Everybody has their own way of doing it. This is the way I do it. I reinvest and compound like crazy as this contract continues to go up. If I start seeing some stagnation or some dipping, you got to start withdrawing. The name of the game is you need to withdraw more than what you put in. Otherwise, you don't get your ROI back. In order to do that in these types of pyramid or Ponzi's, whatever you want to call them, is get in early, reinvest heavy so that your dividends are very heavy, and hope that the community, and this community has been very nice, not huge, 129 members. It's kind of just rocking and rolling here. I'm kind of curious where it launched. Let's see. It doesn't have a date. June 8th. So it's been going for a little bit. So it definitely, if it gets some legs, and some of these take some time to get some legs, but if it gets some legs, you can definitely make a killing on it. So there's another one out there. It's called Strong Hands. Well, first and foremost, I'm already, I was looking at both of them. Which one do you go into? Both very, very similar. Strong Hands has a lot bigger community. The contract balance is a lot higher. For some reason, does not come up on my computer here, but it will come up on my phone. And that's actually one of the things that I'm somewhat concerned about, and I'll tell you why. One, it's peaked pretty heavy. It got a really large push. Give me 1 second here. Let me get to the contract. So, contract. Where are you? I'm looking on my phone here. Bear with me. So there is 4 billion currently. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 4 billion pulse in the contract. It's gone up and it's peaked pretty heavy. But the other thing I wasn't really big on this is because I think this was a direct copy from the old school Ethereum days. And in these contracts, what you really want to do is you need people to pay attention to math. If you just copy and paste it, what ends up happening, which is exactly what kind of happened with the Strong Hands. Now, you can't see it on this because, again, I'm not sure why their site isn't working, but it won't pull up even with my MetaMask connected. But with 4 billion pulse going into the contract, it barely budged that. It barely budged the price of the Strong Hands token, if that makes sense. When you get into these, what you want is something like this, where as this contract goes up, the math is done appropriately so that this value actually increases somewhat decent. It doesn't gotta go sky high, but you shouldn't be at, like, if you were, imagine this is currently at what, 6, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, is at 66 million. If this got up to 4 billion, I would expect this thing to be at least 4 or 5 times what it currently is. Watching this one over the last few days, it had a ton of people going in and out of it, but the price, I mean, it just barely moved. Now, again, I just started watching these. Correct me if I'm wrong. Both are doing what they say. Both are working as they say. Strong Hands has a little bit bigger community at the moment, but I think as people realize that price movement is not moving with all the amount, I mean, it's got a ton of pulse in there, and the price just did not budge very much. And in these types of schemes or in these type of projects, you need this price going up so that when you reinvest or withdraw, you're going off a price that increased based on the contract increasing. Now, this particular one I'm going to keep an eye on, but it definitely looks as though, I was going through the Telegram and such. As this contract is going up, it does look like they balance this math out a little bit better. I'll have to look to see how much Pulse actually raises this floor price. But anybody now, and the other thing, and the other thing I want to mention is these will definitely come in regards to referrals and things like that. Now, I didn't see a referral link on this particular one. There may be one. Maybe it's under frequent questions. Masternode, blah blah blah. There's no links there. This may not be referral based. You do not currently qualify for Masternode link. You need, so that must be this. So you're going to get your referral link once you get 10,000 P3D at 9 points. That's actually not too much. So currently, so you need 10,000, and they are 9.65 each, which is almost 100,000, easy peasy. So what you'll do, you do want to try and get a referral link because that also helps build your dividends very, very quickly. Now, I'm trying to make this channel more referral based. Anybody watching this that is on the Pulse chain might be interested in doing these. Again, it is high risk, high reward. I do know, I was in the chat, and I do know some people in this chat. I don't know the developers directly, but I do trust the YouTubers and the people I know in the chat, and they vouch for these. And it seems to be doing exactly as it is supposed to perform. So what I'm actually going to do, being that it's fairly early, if you guys, I'm going to try and get a referral link. In fact, let's do this real quick. My goal, actually, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to harvest. This is off of PulseX. And this is going to be kind of what I'll do for the next 73 cents. I'll let those keep, well, no, it's about a nickel to claim it. Let's just do it. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to start using some of these dividends from, I mean, here's the thing. If I got Pulse sitting in my wallet and I got this INC token that I'm mining, it's not gaining me anything. So if I'm getting Pulse from my INC, I see no harm in trying to have some fun with it, especially with where everything is at the moment. Everything is down, everything's crumbling. I think Pulse at the moment is actually below sacrifice price at this moment. I haven't looked recently, but it's I'm not worried, but at the same time, let's use this time to dig into some things and use this pulse and this INC dividends to try and multiply our spots. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I just traded for about 100 and what was it? 108, 198. It's about 200,000. Let's do 300. Let's see. It's about 30 bucks, right? 300,000. So once I click buy, that should pop up. It didn't. Well, that's weird. Let's refresh that. Reload site. Connect wallet. Ooh, I wonder if it's having a conflict with my... Ooh, it might be. Let's do this real quick. Hold on. Reload. I'm going to do that. I'm going to reload once again. Let's put this in here again. Buy. Oh, interesting. It doesn't seem to be functioning on my... It might be because there's an update on Chrome. I'm going to pause right here. Give me just a moment. Let's see if I can't get this thing connected so I can purchase these P3D. Okay, guys, welcome back. So I was able to update my Chrome, and then it's working perfectly fine. So I'm actually going to go back, but first I want to show you. I'm going to go ahead and put 300,000 in here at the moment. Let's hit confirm on that. It should update in just a moment, but now I'm kind of wondering if this site will now load. Let's see if it will connect it to Pulse. Let's connect here. Perfect. Okay, so actually now this is loading, which is good. So this is what I'm going to go back and show you here once it finishes loading. So here is your Pulse deposited. Here's your liquidity. You got your Pulse compounded, Pulse paid out, all that good stuff. There was a graph, which for some reason is not showing. There it is. So the price floor is just going so slow. And for the amount that has gone in here, you would imagine, in fact, they even have a raise price floor button here, but it has not budged. It just has not budged. Whereas this one, I think, given its, and there you go, there's my deposit. It actually took some of my, it took some of that because, again, it paid everybody dividends at that point once I did it. So my 300,000 just bumped this up 0.02. So you're getting moving. And 300,000, that's only $30. That ain't much. But even that little bit that raised the contract jacked this up. It's already 9.67 pulse, just with the contract where it's at right now. Whereas this one, from what I've been paying attention to, what people have told me, there was 4 billion. In fact, at some point, I think it was even over that. I think it was like 10 billion in here, and the floor price was just not budging. So I'm not trying to bag. I like strong hands. I think it's a good play. I'm just trying to think, where do I want to put my pulse that will get me my biggest hopeful return. Now, again, this is a risky play, guys. Don't put your whole bag into something like this. Let's see if there's a link here now. There is. Beautiful. I'm gonna put a link in the description if you guys feel so inclined and you want to do this kind of high risk, high reward. A lot of times, if it plays out and this gets a good backing, and as a community, you push it, you talk to other people, you hype it up, you join the chat, spread the word, and this contract balance starts shooting up, you will get a ton of dividends. If you wouldn't mind using my link, that'll help me with my dividends. I'm going to post this video so everybody jumps on board. But again, pulse3d.app, I'll put a link, I'll put my referral. It's just a fun way while everything's down. I always have a small percentage of my portfolio just for these fun plays, you know what I mean? Because, you know, it's, in a way it is kind of gambling, but if it does get you back more than you put into it, it's fun, you know. And right now in the market, with everything being red and the way it's fluctuating, let's have some fun on our with our crypto. And Pulse Chain right now is kind of where it's going to be. You're going to start seeing all kinds of these funny little apps popping up. I'll try and keep you posted if any of them look interesting. I think it's going to be a lot of duplications from back in the Ethereum days, but they can be fun and you can multiply your bag. So thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if there's any questions, comments, drop it down in the comments below, and I will be more than happy. We can chat it up, and I can do videos on explainers and things if you want to. So, all right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and have a wonderful night.